What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at the next Japanese One Piece TCG set. But of course, I say the next Japanese set, you know how this works at this stage. Our sets and Japan sets, they're the same. They're like literally exactly the same. So, yeah, fine, we're technically looking at the next Japanese set, but our sets are exactly the same. Now, we have a difference in terms of the amount of cards in a pack, for instance, because that's just a cultural thing. Japan has smaller packs that are cheaper. But in terms of the rarity breakdown, number of cards, which cards, even box toppers and all of that in a set, yeah, they're the same, ladies and gentlemen. They are the same. So this is pretty gosh darned exciting. And before we get rolling, I do need to give a massive shout out to lovely Orange Samurai D over on Facebook, who was quicker than I was today. Because this got uploaded to the official One Piece website over in Japan, and then got taken down. But the good news is Orange Samurai D got the information and shared it with us, so now we are good. And there's just so much to get excited about here. But let's start off with a first anniversary card drawn by Ichiro Oda himself. That is the person, of course, that makes One Piece, that draws One Piece. It is the One Piece person. Also, right, as a bit of a side note, I keep seeing people getting all up in arms about how Netflix One Piece is going to be terrible, the live-action One Piece is going to be terrible, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's being supervised by Oda, who has literally come out and been like, yeah, I'm not letting it go till it's ready. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. But maybe we believe the creator of One Piece when they say this might be pretty good. I'm hyped. And look, even if it's terrible, we've still got the anime, we've still got the manga. It's going to be okay. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the next Japanese set. That is OP-05, which is being called Protagonist of the New Generation. It is scheduled for release on the 26th of August and will feature Skypiea, the Revolutionary Army, and the first anniversary card, like I mentioned. And come on! We're just getting ready for OP-04, and I've gone through the Alabaster arc, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. And now, I've not gotten this far. Although, by the time we get to the release date on the 26th of August, I should have finished reading One Piece or, be up to date. So that will be lovely. So that's what we got kind of concrete at the moment, which is to say a release date of the 26th of August, an anniversary card drawn by Oda, and the name of Protagonist of the New Generation. One thing that is very, very, very important to note is that we're seeing here an anniversary card. And we've seen this kind of stuff with Bandai games like Digimon before. Don't expect this to be the only anniversary thing we see. Expect them to kind of go with it. Two questions then about this anniversary card. What do we... And by the way, the what I've got on the screen is just like a random picture of Luffy because we don't have a picture of the card, obviously. So then the question becomes, well, all right then, how rare is it going to be? I'm imagining about manga rare. That seems sensible to me. We don't have confirmation, but my guess would be manga rare. Which then leads to the follow-up question of, well, all right then, does this replace the manga rare? I hope not, personally. I kind of love the manga rares. They make me happy. So let's hope we get both of them coexisting nicely side by side. Now, we do also have a card breakdown, and these are actually really cool, because what we can do with these is we can put them next to existing sets and see if there's anything particularly weird. Yay! So if we compare this to OP-04, we got 6 leaders, that's the same, 45 common, that's the same, 30 uncommon, that's the same, 26 rares, that's the same, 10 super rares, that's the same, 2 secret rares, that's the same, 6 special cards, rather than 5, so there's 1 more of those. there is a special Dawn card, obviously, and then we add in the first anniversary special card. So, very, very, very similar. We've got one extra special card, and then we've got this anniversary card, and that seems fine by me. If anybody's wondering about what those special cards are, remember over in OP-03, we had these special cards. They were the first one. There were 4 of them, and they were basically the wanted poster cards. And I do have to point out there were 4 in OP-03. There were 5 in OP-04. Now there's going to be 6 in OP-05. I mean, does seem like we're just getting an extra one every set. I mean, I'm not looking forward to OP-12 when there's going to be 13 special cards, but I'm sure somehow or other we'll cope. There's also going to be 27 parallel illustration cards, which, again, is, you know, it's a bit, but it's nothing outrageous. I mean, it's the same number we had in OP-03. There were 27 parallels. And then over in OP-04, we saw 25. So 27 is about right. Which might even suggest that we actually do have the manga rare in the set, because, of course, that would be included as one of the parallels. So then the anniversary card would be in addition to it. Don't know, speculation, that's very, very important. And this is worth getting a little bit excited about, because of course it's just more One Piece. One of the things which is very important about a card game, you know, and this is really starting the kind of first anniversary celebration, and one of the things that's important is actually making sure, at least part of the celebration, is making sure this game is healthy and ticking along. We've seen from various card games in the past, I mean, ones I've covered on this channel, we could look at Star Wars Destiny, we could look at Transformers, and one of the things that they had in common was, when those games were dying, set releases started drying up. They started getting less and less regular, and then the game died. And that wasn't fun for anyone that was a fan of those games. So, yeah, I'm kind of loving this, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty gosh darn cool. So what we can do is we can have a little bit of a look here at what this does to the release schedule, whether there is anything weird or untoward or anything we would generally not be expecting. And the answer is probably not. Like, in a previous video, I told you that I was expecting OP-05 to come at the beginning of September. I looked at the releases we'd had so far in terms of sets for the One Piece TCG, and I told you that OP-05 was probably coming at the beginning of September. Now, admittedly, it's the 27th of August, which is ever so slightly before that, but it means we've got a nice regular cadence. So OP-01 Romance Dawn came out on July the 22nd. OP-02 Summit Battle came out on November the 4th, about 3.5 months later. OP-03 Pillars of Strength came out on February the 11th, which is about 3 months later. OP-04 Kingdom of Conspiracy is coming out on May the 24th, about 3.5 months later. And then OP-05 Protagonist of the New Generation is coming out on August the 26th, which is about 3 months later. So weirdly, we got 3.5 months, 3 months, 3.5 months, 3 months, which means we would be looking at OP-06 roughly 3.5 months later, which would be early mid-December. Now, I know I've told you many, many times on this, in my other channel, TCG Radio, that we don't release card games kind of after the beginning of December because we want that Christmas shopping. That does not apply to Japan. Japan will happily drop done it with a Digimon TCG, where they literally dropped a Digimon TCG set on Christmas Eve. Like, they literally dropped it on actual Christmas Eve. So, yeah. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Digimon do not mind dropping sets really close to Christmas. So, we're probably looking at around about mid-December, maybe early December for OP-06. And what this means is we're ticking along quite nicely. It means that everything is looking pretty good. It means the game is healthy, and this is lovely. Yes, I know that stock of some things, especially Romance Dawn, has not been perfect, and I know we would all like stock to be more readily available. Like, I'm aware of all of this, alright? But my point is that we've got regular releases, and this is wonderful. But remember, we might be heading closer and closer to a special set. With Digimon, they had the first 6 sets like normal, and then between sets 6 and 7, they brought in EX-01, an extra set. And they now do extra sets twice a year in Digimon. So, I'm not saying they are going to do this for One Piece. I don't have that information. What I am telling you, however, is that One Piece has followed the Digimon model very, 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 very closely, and that given that, I would not be at all surprised if we saw an extra set, and we saw it after this, after set 6. So set 5, then set 6, then the extra set. That's what I'm expecting. I don't know, can't tell you, but come on, ladies and gentlemen. It does seem a little bit like that might be happening. Either way, that's not where we are at the moment. Where we are at the moment is with OP-05. And like I say, what we know is the name, which is a Protagonist of a New Generation. Release date of the 26th of August. And the breakdowns including an actual card drawn by Oda himself, which I'm sorry, that sounds very, very, very exciting. In terms of when we might be seeing this, in terms of our release schedule, we tend to be about 4 months behind, so look for this probably in the new year, or maybe kind of late November, early December. We'll have to wait and see. Probably new year, if I'm honest with you. Either way, that's what you know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me how excited you are, tell me what you think in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.